What's up, people? Just want to start off by saying thank you to Cowan Hill for letting me post a video on his channel. So if you're not a fan of anybody other than Cowan Hill, I suggest you leave the video now. But for those of you that are interested and open-minded and want to see other people's videos, stay tuned, because this match is about to start in 2 seconds. I'm using the mini Uzi with Scavenger, Cold-Blooded, and Ninja. I like to call this my ninja class. The silencer, claymores, and stun grenades. Claymores are my favorite equipment because it's a free kill, basically. As long as you stay alive long enough, it's gonna get a kill. If it doesn't get a kill, it'll get a hit marker and you'll know where that person is. Thus, you can run up to them, kill them, and in the end, it's a kill. 95% of the time. That's not a real statistic if you didn't know that already. I just made that up. But I'm just guessing probably around 90 or 95% of the time I put down a claymore, it ends with a result of a kill. That's why I use claymores. And I use a silencer so I won't appear on the enemy map, just so that kind of it combinates with, is combinates a word? It combinates with cold-blooded, just making it, taking as much advantage of it as I can. Sorry, I'm stuttering. Just gotta, just gotta get my voice box ready for this. Okay. I think I'm ready. So that was a shit death. So now it's time to go back and get a payback kill. Most of the time, if a guy kills me and I'm confident enough that I can kill him, I'll go for it. But if he's camping on top of a building and he has a way better chance of killing me before I can kill him, like he has an assault rifle and I have an SMG, and he's at a higher altitude, I won't take that risk of that death. It's not worth it, you know. If you can try to flank behind him, that's worth it. I'd go for it then, but if you're going at him head on and he's above you with a more powerful gun, you know, better in that situation, don't do it. It's not worth the risk. There's no point in doing it. Just go kill somebody else. Leave that guy in peace. Let him camp. Let him do it all he wants. Because all you're doing is helping campers when you run up on them. And I'll camp every once in a while. Not gonna lie. If I have air support in the air, I tend not to run out as much because I like to let it get kills. And, you know, it's kind of hard to hear with all the air support up. What else can I tell you? Oh, I'm using a USP as my sidearm. I don't think I use it once in this match, but I've been using the pistols lately because none of the secondary weapons are appealing to me at the moment. They're kind of fun, but I don't know. I don't see why I would use a Raffica silenced when I have this gun, you know? And since I have Scavenger, it's not like I'm going to run out of ammo. So I kind of went back to the classic days of COD where your sidearm is your last resort for when you run out of ammo, or if you got two guys on you and you run out of bullets in your clip. That's what it's there for. That's what I like to use it for. That's that with the secondary weapon. I could use a Stinger, but taking down air support I think is pointless because one, most of the air support is UAVs and counter UAVs in free-for-all. You know, most people use 3, 4, 5. And a Stinger missile is not going to be useful towards any of those because I have cold-blooded on anyways. Those UAVs and counter UAVs aren't going to affect me at all. The counter UAVs can affect me somewhat, but not enough for me to say, okay, let's make that my secondary. So, you know, Underpass, just running around the map. Every time I see a Predator missile, I have the instinct to try to hide my body. It's not completely necessary, but I would recommend it because sometimes they can see you scurrying across the map even when you do have cold-blooded, and they can kill you. I'm using Predator missile, Harrier, and Pavlo. A pretty classic setup, very useful, very lethal kill streaks, and it works out awesome. And as you can see, I could not find many people. I think 2 or 3 people other than myself were using cold-blooded. And that's the problem. There's quite a few people using cold-blooded and ninja, so I wouldn't recommend heartbeat sensors or UAV. I tend to roll with the more lethal kill streaks, as I said before, like precision airstrike, Harriers. I don't use any of the 11 kill streaks for free for all because those are good for getting multi kills and things like that. It's better to have your air support up in the air and you just down on the ground helping it out, getting kills. So I don't really see a point in using it really. So I get my Harriers, and now I think I'm gonna wait it out. Scratch that. I'm gonna go get this guy because I'm pretty confident that I can get my pay blow. And I'm sure many of you have heard this, but I guess I'll just mention it again since I need something to talk about. I want it to be awkward silence. You know what I mean? Don't call in your pay blow or any air support for that matter when you have Harrier up. Any lethal air support. Like, don't even call in Predator missiles because, you know, commonly you will have a Predator missile with a Harrier in the air. You will call in that Predator, go for someone, and the Harrier will take them out before you get the chance to. And that can be very frustrating. So just wait until you have no air in the sky and then call it in. Unless, of course, you're using 7 and 9. Once you get the 7 and the 9, call them both in right away because the other chopper won't come in until the previous chopper is done killing everyone. I like that setup a lot because that means that no one else can call it in before you. You call it in, you win. It's the way it is. And I like it. So I'm going to camp here for a bit, I think. I forget if I died already. Yeah, I did die. So I'm trying to rebuild my kill streak. I'm at 900, so I can still get another streak going before the game ends. And I don't really like to go out when I have air support up because it's pretty loud, and when you're using a headset it can be very distracting and not really easy to hear your enemies, and most of the time it results in death if I go out while I have air support up. So if you don't mind, I'm just going to sit in this corner for a little bit, and that made me laugh a little bit when that guy killed himself because he was trying to take down my Pavlo but failed. And I've done that before. The Javelin is a terrible secondary. I don't recommend using it. The Javelin glitches over, so there's no point ever using it. You rarely see it. You rarely get kills with it. I wouldn't use it. Look at this guy. Trusty claymores. Use those claymores, people. They're way better than any other equipment. Unless, of course, using tactical insertion in an objective-based game. But still, I'd probably use the claymore over it. There, I get my second Harrier. I'm going to call that in. I think I risk it. The game's almost over anyways. I'm not too concerned about dying anymore. And that's what happened when you camp. Don't camp, people. These guys have... Sorry, I cut off there. I swore and I felt that was unnecessary on someone else's channel. So, I was going to say, don't camp, people, because people will F you up. So, just in case you're wondering. So, don't camp. You'll see that I paid for it there. I almost had a Pavlo, but failed. But I don't think the Pavlo would have done much anyways. Not a big deal. 30 and 4. Hope you enjoyed. Come check out my channel. Thank you again, Cow on a Hill. You are a true... You're a beautiful man. Thank you.